What would happen if I gave the robot the keys? We're going for a drive. I'm not setting any destination or navigation. I'm going to let my Model Y with full self-driving take me to wherever it wants. It could be 2 minutes. It could be 2 hours. We don't know. So buckle up. Is this it? Is this it? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, we're not. All right, forget this. Let's go. All right, off we go. Let's see where it's going to take us. I'm kind of nervous. Will it go, is it going to go to my favorite spots, or are we going to go for like a 2-hour drive down the highway? I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. So if you're new here, my name's Dan. This is Northern Tesla. We are currently driving a AI4 Model Y Juniper 2026. And right now we're on the current release of FSD, which is 14.2.2.5. It is a mouthful. I wish they would shorten that soon, but it is what it is. So we're going to start off with a right turn. So going in this direction, there's a lot of major shopping areas where I frequent a lot. So let's see if it's going to go that way. So I'm actually I've actually done this before, like accidentally, where I've forgot to put a navigation in and started FSD, and it seems it's like at that time I was like going home, so it seemed like it was going in my home direction. So I was always curious. Is like obviously I then put in navigation once I realized what was happening, but I've always been curious to see like where's it gonna go. So this is what we're doing today. And then while we're driving, I'm maybe gonna, we're gonna talk about some Tesla stuff, some FSD news, because Tesla's been not so much in the news, but there's been quite some feathers have been ruffled in the Tesla community, to put it mildly. So if you haven't watched or if you're not on X, formerly Twitter, the big thing is that Tesla recently announced a 59,000 Cybertruck, which was amazing. It was like really stripped down, but for what most people need, it's the perfect, like it was actually the price that was kind of like promised before. And it's okay. We are going in a neighborhood. We just turned right into a neighborhood residential area. And so we are going away from the shopping plaza because that's where I thought we were going. So we are now in a residential area. And I've never been here before. Now we're turning left. Okay. So just going down here, left turn, no big deal. So anyway, so then Tesla puts in saying they've announced this $60,000 Cybertruck, and Elon quickly tweets out, only for 10 days, like only for 10 days. And it makes you think. Now, interesting, we're now back on the main road we just turned off of. So a little detour, no big deal. What worries me now is that we're heading to the highway, and I don't want to go on the highway because this is going to be a long video. So the Tesla account puts out along with Sawyer Merritt, puts out the $60,000 Cybertruck. And Elon quickly tweets out, only for 10 days. Like he was not aware that they were releasing this at $60,000. Like, no, wait, just for 10 days. So a lot of people placed orders because, and Elon didn't say the price is going up or anything, just said 10 days, only for 10 days. So a lot of people placed orders. Now, that's like not so much a controversy because Tesla has announced price increases before. That's never really been a big deal. However, the controversy comes where at the time, Tesla I guess they didn't bring back because it was already there, but they said you need to place your order by March 31st to take advantage of transferring your FSD, which I'm sure a lot of people were, but when we say a lot of people, like in the grand scheme of things, FSD adoption is so small. Like I think it's like 8% of Tesla drivers. So really a small number of people would have even taken advantage of this. But then a few days later, or I guess a couple of weeks later, I'm not too sure exactly the timeline. Oh, we're definitely going on the highway. Um, Tesla then changed it to you have to take delivery of your car by March 31st. So there's two problems here. Oh, we're still going on the highway. I'm not going to be happy about this. We're turning right to go on the highway. Are we going to go on the highway? No, no, we're off the. Okay. So we're not going that way. We're not going eastbound, which there's a Tesla store eastbound. And I thought maybe that, maybe it would go to the Tesla Service Center. And thankfully, we're not exiting to go westbound either. So, yes, there you go. Okay. So now I don't know where we're going. We're just going. Now I'm wondering if I should just how long am I going to let this go for? Is it actually going to go to a destination, or is it just going to drive aimlessly? I have about 50 minutes on my memory card. What about this one? And I'm on the same. So this might be a long video. Anyway, so back to the FSD transfer. So they changed their wording, and there's two issues. The first issue is, and I encountered this when my first Tesla, I took advantage of the first time they offered the FSD transfer, and I upgraded from a standard range Model 3 to a long range Model 3. And I took advantage of the transfer. And at that time, it was take delivery. And the problem with take delivery is that I have no control over when my car shows up. And as it happens in my situation, I think the train was delayed a little bit. So I had to choose a higher trim or a higher trim option or different options. Like ended up costing me about $3,000 more than what I was originally supposed to pay for because I needed to guarantee that car to be here. And that's why I have a hard time. It's like I can't control how you guys get me the car. The only obligation I should have is pressing that order button. That's once I hit that order button, it's on you. So I was glad when they finally said this time around, saying place your order by March 31st. Yay, finally some common sense. And then they switched back to delivery. And the issue is that they weren't going to honor for the couple weeks or couple days that it was on as place your order. They weren't going to honor that. They were going to give you your $250 deposit, but they weren't going to honor the FSD transfer, which is, for the small amount of people that this was going to affect, they should have just let it go through. Like they're the ones who messed up. The customers placed their order. That's what they did. They bought a new car. So as far as customer service, I mean, we still don't have an official word from Tesla whether what they're going to do with it. The latest is that Elon posted treat customers some sort of along the lines of treat customers fairly and they'll treat you good. So maybe they're going to fix it. I'm not sure, but nothing's been officially said on official Tesla channels. All right, so there's a car here just stopped, and we're still driving. We're kind of going. We're kind of heading towards downtown area. We are still kind of heading towards the Tesla Service Center, just taking the back roads, I guess. And the other thing with the FSD transfer is, some people are like, "Hey, you paid for FSD and not. It doesn't mean you get FSD for life." Well, I'm gonna argue that because if you buy Photoshop or whatever program for your computer, you buy that software, you have it for life. You buy a new computer, you put that new software on your new computer. This is essentially what this is. I'm gonna fix this camera here. There we Sorry about that. We're drifting. Okay, that should be better. Okay. So I'm going to argue that because, like I said, if you buy software for your computer, like let's say you buy Photoshop or whatever program you want, you have a disk back when there was disks, and you bought a new computer, you took that disk with you and you put it in your new computer. This is exactly the same thing. This is software going in hardware. So I'm not talking about subscription because subscription is there for a reason, just like Photoshop now has subscriptions. However, if you're just going to buy the software outright, you are committed to that software, you're going to buy it. So I don't see why it has to be tied to your car. A couple reasons, like if your car gets in an accident, you have no control over this, especially if you're using FSD. Someone like a drunk driver hits you, you lose your car, you therefore lose FSD. And back when FSD was like going up, and so like kind of going up in price as it went, like yes, you paid 7,000 for it at start, but if you your car gets written off for no fault of your own, then you have to pay the new price. So like it's just a lot of nightmares. And I do agree that if you are going to buy FSD outright, it should stay with your, it should be linked to your account. So, all right. So back to our drive. We are still going eastbound. Now, we are approaching a mall where the service center is, and we are turning right. Maybe is this where we're going? We are changing lanes. We're not turning right. We just changed lanes to go in the right lane. So I do not know. Oh, this isn't the mall road. I'm not even familiar with this area, so I really don't know where I am right now, other than the fact that we're going east and we're heading towards the mall. So we're going to keep going. How long have we been here? 12 minutes. So it's kind of weird that at the start, I thought we were just going to, drive for 2 minutes and park in someone's driveway, but I guess we're not doing that. We also avoided the highway, but now we're just going to go, like, this is a long road. This goes all the way across the city, so I don't know where we're going. So we're going to another major street where I used to frequent because I used to live around here. Maybe it's taking me back home, but we're not. Nope, we would be turning right here. So still going straight. Now, at what point do we call this? Because like this street goes on for quite a while, so like we could be on. This could be a long drive. Okay. So yeah, that was the controversy with FSD, and it continues to be controversy. And I will always argue uh, with the early adopters because, like, I know some people who bought FSD 3 times and they really didn't get to use it. Like right now is like with FSD 14 is pretty much the first time where you are truly getting a full self-driving car. That is, as much as it's supervised, it's still pretty. You have a self-driving car, but like a lot of people with hardware 3 cars, they're not getting this, and they've paid a lot of money. So why not? Yes, I know Tesla does it to boost sales at certain times, but like people can't. People have lives and financial obligations that they can't just. Oh, whenever Tesla decides to bring back the transfer, let's just drop everything and buy a car. Some people can't work like that. So I feel like, especially if you have a hardware 3 car, Tesla should just be, you can transfer it to a new car because, hey, you're buying a new car. So yeah, those are my thoughts as we go on this drive from this self-driving car. Okay, so I think we're coming up on the street where the service center is, and we are not turning. Okay. Was this it? Yeah, that was it. Service center is right there. Please go somewhere. Oh, we're turning. Nope. We're just changing lanes. We're just changing lanes. At some point, my battery might die. I don't know. Yeah, okay. So we're just going for a drive. I thought it'd be a little more like adventurous in terms of like, some turns here and there, but like we're just going a straight line right now. And I don't know how far that's going to go. Oh, turning left lane. For anyone that cares, we are in hurry mode. I've kind of done with the speed profile testing. It is what it is. We're not going to get a set speed offset. And I have to say, I'm okay with it now because a lot of people comments, and I was thinking about it, I was thinking the same way, is that if you are in a taxi or a cab or whatever, or your friend's driving, whatever, you're not, hey, are you going 10, are you going exactly 10% over the speed limit? Like, you're not doing that. So for us to criticize exactly how fast it goes, that, like, why? And yes, I get it. Like, you can't, especially for speed limit purposes, if you're going to exceed the speed limit, you do not want to get a ticket. I understand that. But this is why we have chill, sloth, and sometimes standard. Chill and sloth will always go at the speed limit. So if you're uncomfortable speeding, there's your speed profile. Standard, hurry, and Mad Max, they're all going to go slightly above the speed limit. Uh, Not necessarily, like I said, I can't say that Mad Max is going to go a lot faster over the speed limit than hurry mode. However, it is going to be dictated by the flow of traffic, how many cars on the road, weather, and the car is just going to behave a little bit differently among those three speed profiles. So if you're comfortable with standard and, standard's not going to make a lot of lane changes, just kind of go with the flow and just get to where you're going, easy peasy. Same with hurry. So hurry, like most of the time, I'm in standard and hurry, and I have no problem with it. I generally don't look at the what speed I'm going to because I'm going with the flow of traffic. So it's not like I'm blowing by everyone and like, oh, I'm going too fast. Like we're just going with the flow of traffic. So what I might do though is, well, I don't know if even putting in Mad Max right now is going to change anything, but I would like to see some lane changes and maybe some turns because we are going. So what is up here? Like I don't come here at all. So we are throwing out the window that it's going to take me to a favorite destination because it's not. Because I do not come here. None of my things and my favorites is over here. So we are completely forging new ground. The question is, how long am I willing to drive this for? And I'm going to run out of stuff to talk about. So I guess the other news is Cybercab and the fact that they're entering production anytime now, really. And the big controversy with Cybercab is that it's only going to be a two-seater, which I guess Tesla ran. Well, here are my thoughts on this. I'm assuming Tesla ran the numbers because they're excellent at figuring out what people need and what they don't use, i.e., passenger lumbar support. If you remember that scandal, that's the thing with Tesla is that like everyone says they make the best cars, but people love to complain when they change things. So they're making a two-series cybercab. So obviously they've done research in terms of most taxi drop-offs or Ubers is always one person most of the time. Because let's be real, If you have a family, you're not taking a taxi cab or an Uber, which is probably why that data is a little bit skewed. And on the other side, they do have the Model Ys in the robotaxi fleet. So if you, I'm guessing once the cybercabs are out, you should be able to go on the robotaxi app, and if you need more than 3 people or 2 people, they'll send you a Model Y. I'm assuming so. But people are upset about this. We're not upset, but I guess they're saying they're gonna fail because of this. But as I said, like, I'm assuming if the rare occasions that you need more than 2 people, they'll send a Model Y or a Cybertruck. Wouldn't that be fun? If you had to like make like a dump run or something like that, they could just send you a Cybertruck. Okay, so we've traversed the city. We are now on the other side of the city, and I think we're. Is this a? I think if we go past this, we're gonna get back on the highway. Maybe we're gonna take the highway home. Maybe this is what we're doing. We're just going on a big loop. Let's pray. What's my battery at? 75. We're good. We're good for the car battery. No superchargers needed. Maybe that's what I should do next time. Is if you like this kind of video, I will start off with like a really low state of charge and see if the car is smart enough to navigate to a supercharger. And for those returning fans, I generally don't have a camera on my face while I'm doing these drives. And all the time I screw up talking, I usually just edit those out. But because this is, live, I can't do that. So you are getting all the screw ups and listening to me talk mindlessly. So enjoy. You do not have to stick to the end of the video to watch the bloopers. All right, where are we going? So we're on a loop. We are 22 minutes in, around there. And like I said, I've never been here before. Well, I've been here before once, but there's definitely not like I don't frequent this area. Oh, there's a waterfall right there. If you're familiar with Hamilton, Albion Falls, great space to visit. All right, so where are we going? Where are we going? So we're kind of maybe getting on the highway. Maybe. Oh, Albion Falls is right here. Sorry. If you look at the top to your left, it is famous Albion Falls. Okay, which is probably nothing going on right now because it's frozen. Okay, so there is a Krispy Kreme location that I kind of went to a few times here. Maybe we're going to Krispy Kreme because it knows I love them. Okay. Okay, weird. Okay, so we're going on a dead end. Maybe because this is a parking lot for Albion Falls. Maybe this is where we're going. It wants me to go see the waterfall. But this is definitely a dead end. So there's a parking lot, or it's going to turn around. What's it going to do? What's it going to do? So we're turning. Now, are we just turning to turn around because it's a dead end, or are we actually parking? Are we going to park? Are we going to park? Is this it? Is this it? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, we're not. So there's a Volkswagen ahead of us who did the exact same thing, and maybe the car just followed it. So I thought maybe it was going to take us to Albion Falls, which is a landmark in the city here, and it'd be a fun place to see. But that's not what we're doing. So off we go. All right. I really should have like cleared my memory because I did not think this was going to be so long. So I think what's going to happen is that we're either going to keep driving until we get to a destination, or my memory card's going to run out. One of the two. So if the video suddenly stops, this is why. All right, where are we going now? So we are definitely in the east end of the city. Uh, Thankfully, we didn't go downtown, but we're definitely in the east end, which I don't frequent at all. Other than said, like there is that uh, Krispy Kreme. Maybe we're going there. I wouldn't mind going there, but no, we're not going there. It doesn't look like it. Okay, car, where are we going? So, okay. So the way we're heading now is a street that I would take to get home. So maybe we're doing a big loop, but I don't know. I really thought we were gonna go to the Albany Falls, but I guess not. So giving the robot the keys is definitely not a good idea unless you're up for an adventure. You're better off to like I know there's the option in the navigation feeling lucky if you want to go somewhere, but it's gonna be like at least you know where you're going, and it's not gonna be like uh never ending story. Then probably hit that. All right, so we're turning right, so we might be turning around. We're still recording. Okay. Okay. So obviously we're in Hamilton. I'm sure a lot of you guys have figured that out. So the road we took going east is basically a main thoroughfare going east and west, and this is also a main thoroughfare going east and west. So it could just be doing a big box. But anyways, so other big news in Tesla news is they're finally going to unveil the Roadster. I thought they unveiled the Roadster in 2019. Like I've been buying Hot Wheels roadsters. Like I got like 20 of them at my house. So I've been buying Hot Wheels of cars that doesn't even exist. Like I don't understand how what's happening with this car, and that they're unveiling it again. So what happened to the last version? So I hope whatever they unveil this time around is they're actually going to make it. Do you think they're going to make the Roadster? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think they're going to make the Roadster. And then people are getting all bent out of shape because Elon mentioned that it would be the Roadster would be the last car you can drive, and that and then they took that as you're not going to be able to buy a Model 3. Either you can't buy a Model 3 or Y anymore, or they're going to come with no steering wheels. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure what he meant by that was Roadster doesn't have FSD because they're like you can't put the cameras on a Roadster the way you can on the other cars, so they're not going to bother with it. And to be honest, you're not driving a Roadster that has that much. Oh, there's a Krispy Kreme. No, we're not going there. Whew, I was kind of getting hungry. Okay, there's Tim Hortons coming up, but I'll take over before we go there. Tim Hortons sucks. So if you're American visiting Canada, don't bother. Anyways, so I think what Elon meant by that the Roadster will be the last car you can drive is that they're not going to put FSD on the Roadster because why would you buy a car with that much performance and let it drive itself? You wouldn't. So I think physically it'd be really hard to get the FSD cameras on a Roadster. So it's just not going to come with FSD. So yes, it is the last car you'll be able to drive because you won't have the option of having FSD in that car. Not like they're going to remove the option to buy Model 3s and Y. Although I won't be shocked if that ever happens. But yeah, so apparently we are getting a unveil of I'm going to call it Roadster 2.5 because the second edition Roadster we already got unveiled and it just never happened. Much like the much beloved Model S Plaid Plus. Okay, so we might be going home. I don't know. There's a lot of options between here and there. There is the Tesla Sales Center. Maybe it's gonna go home. I'm not sure. So yeah, here we are on this drive. Hope you guys are liking this. If you just want my regular FSD drives, check them on the link above. And I think obviously the latest update is 14.2.2.5. I have two videos with that update, first drive, as well as a grok test. And I really put grok through the paces because one of the things that was a problem with grok was that it was just so slow. Like if you made any sort of changes as you're driving, by the time it you know updated the route, like it was too late. Like you were well past where you're supposed to be going. So I really put it through his paces and like waited till the last possible second to make a change. And like 10 seconds and it would have did it. 10 seconds and it would have been fine. Got really confused because of the parking lot I was in, but overall though, like grok speed wise has improved so much. So, all right. So this drive hasn't been as fun as I thought it would be. I thought we were going to go to like crazy destinations, but like if we are just going in a circle, I'm going to be very disappointed. Mind you, I'd rather be going in this circle than the highway because if we went on the highway, like who knows where I would have ended up. End up like Montreal or something. Anyways, so off we go, driving still. As far as the drive wise goes, like I've not. This new update is pretty good. The navigation is awful, and I have to say, like if you've been watching my FSD videos, you know that like my number one complaint for mess ups and takeovers is nothing safety related, nothing the car is doing driving wise. It's navigation, and a lot of people have commented on they're seeing the same thing. So I'm really curious to see if because this wasn't always the case with 14. It was kind of like the last three updates or so. So it's nothing unique to 14, but it's progressively getting worse, and I don't know why that is. And I don't know if it's something like maybe Tesla changed their provider or their data, where they get the data from for navigation, or something's not like the navigation and the FSD isn't talking to each other because there's been multiple problems. Now I will do a retraction was it my last video? Yeah, my last video, we were coming out of a Tim Hortons and I was saying how the car like refuses, instead of making left turns, will always do a U-turn, and then the car chose to do instead of doing a U-turn, it made a left turn and went through this residential area, which is a really really big detour. And a very eagle-eyed viewer saw the no U-turn sign, and I was kind of blown away because I didn't see it while I was driving because it was really small. It was on the other side of the road of the intersection, and it wasn't where it usually is. But they were able to spot it out, and obviously the car spotted it because that's why I didn't do a U-turn. Okay, where are we? Upper Wentworth. Is that where the mall is? So coming up is my gym. So we're going to be passing right next to my gym, which obviously I go there daily. Therefore, it would be a good clue or a good hint as to potentially where we're going. However, we already drove past it on the way out here. It just did a really, really, really big detour. So maybe, I don't know. I'm just glad we're kind of like staying at the confines of this area and not going crazy out there. So, like I said, we're making a very large circle. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it now. If we're still driving by the time like we start making our way back home and we're not going home, I think I might have to call it because I'm not really doing anything else today. So, I mean, I could go for another drive, but I think I didn't come prepared in terms of my camera because my memory card's not that big. So if you guys like this video, what I'll do is I'll get like a really big memory card, and hey, if it's a 2 hour drive, it's a 2 hour drive. Let's do it. Yeah. All right. So we are approaching where we would turn for the gym. Do we think we're going there? Do we think we're going there? There's a lot of other stuff around here. There's McDonald's. There's another plaza. I've been to a bunch of times, but we are in the left lane, so it does not look like we're turning anywhere. Okay. So it doesn't look like we're going to the gym. Interesting. Okay. My God. Oh well. So keep on driving. All right, so we're gonna keep going. We're about 40 minutes in. I think I've literally run out of stuff to talk about. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Uh, Slowing down. No, I thought maybe it was gonna try to come over, but no. So maybe we're just doing a very big sightseeing tour. You know, went out to Albion Falls. Didn't want to stop. Just just drove around. Just drove by it, see what it's like, and then we're gonna go back home. Maybe we should ask Grok what we're doing. Hey Grok, do you have any idea where we're going?
No route set right now. We're not heading anywhere specific. What do you have in mind?
I don't have anything in mind, but We've been driving for quite a bit. Just wondering if the car is going somewhere specifically.
No active navigation route, so we're just cruising around Hamilton. Looks like no specific destination set.
Okay, bye. That's another cool trick I just learned. A viewer commented, if you say "okay, bye" to Grok, it'll go away. So I've been using that a lot. Okay, so right now my guess is that we're going home because that would be really cool. Just going for a little drive, a little cruising around, as Grok said, and then back home. I'd be curious if that's what we're doing. So it'll be interesting. If we don't, though, yeah, if we don't do that, though, like we're gonna have to call it because I'm sorry. So let's hope. Let's hope that's what we're doing. So I guess the other Tesla news. This is a while ago, but um, Elon keeps posting about it. Is the Model S and X obviously have been discontinued, and I was wondering how you guys feel about that. I know obviously the Model S and X aren't big sellers because they're very expensive, but how many buyers? Because I see a lot of S's and X's around here, and I was wondering how many of you out there are actually buying these models? And are there all like have any of you bought an S or an X since they announced that they were going to be discontinued? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so still going. Still going, still going, still going. Another red light. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so we're almost home. Could this be it? Could this be it? So if we're gonna go straight, this is gonna be a big thing here because this is a left right turn lane. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, good, 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 good. So this was a right turn lane. We're avoiding that. Going straight. Okay. So this is the big question here. So the next is it not this light, the next light. If we go straight, I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going. It's just going to drive forever. If we turn right, there could be an end to this. Okay. Okay, so this is it. We're coming up. We're coming up. What's it going to do? Now it's a red light, so we're going to slow down. We're slowing down. Slowing down. There's no turn signals. Holy Lord. There's no turn signals. There's no turn signals. Lights green. Lights green. Lights green. We're not turning. We're not turning. We're not turning. Oh, okay. So, what do we do? What do we do? Now, okay, here are my thoughts. the fact that we've gone literally, we drove in a straight line until we got to a dead end, and now we're once again driving a straight line, uh, leads me to believe that we're not going to stop or turn anywhere until this road ends, which uh, uh, this is a very long road. So, what do you guys think? Should we just keep going? Okay, I'm gonna do it for an hour. Okay. Oh, I have 15 minutes left on my card, and that would be an hour. All right, so let's do that. What's this card at? It doesn't say. But we have at least 15 minutes on the GoPro. So I will take it to there. We need 15 minutes, okay? So please turn around in the next 15 minutes. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe next time I'll start off in a completely random and unknown location and see if it's going to like drive me somewhere. I really thought it was going to drive me somewhere. Uh, but I guess it won't. I guess it won't. Maybe we're just meant to go on a cruise today. Maybe. What is happening up there? This road has been under construction for like 4 years. And like, why does it take 4 years to fix a road? By the time you are finished fixing the road, it's already been 4 years, and you're gonna have to fix it again. Mind you, if this was anywhere else in the world, that thing would get done in 6 months. Okay. So we're wasting like what, we've been here for like 3 minutes. Yeah, last time I went to Walmart, they were paving their driveway or a parking lot, and next day, entire parking lot paved. This takes 4 years. All right, so moving on. So we got 12 minutes left. So is the car going to drive straight for next 12 minutes, or are we going to actually look for a destination? There's not too much around here, so I don't think. But I'm definitely in this area quite a bit. So I might try to find a destination. I don't know what we've been doing for the last 45 minutes, but uh, my theory is that we're just going to go in a straight line until we can't go in this straight line anymore. So, how is this battery doing? Yeah, nothing going on here. So we are coming up to a highway soon. At some point, there's going to be a ramp to go on the highway, which would be not good. That would be a not good situation. So the car is definitely getting us lost. I think we've answered this. However, it is quite fun. But if this is the theory that is just going to go in a straight line until it can't go no more, go until you can't go no more, then what I'll do is next time we do one of these, because this is kind of fun actually, uh, I'm going to like go where like there's not a very long road where it's going to have to make a decision of where to go, like more like a downtown type of situation. So yeah, if you guys are up for it, I'm up for it. All right, so we are coming up on the highway on ramp. We have 11 minutes left. Well, the battery's almost done too. I don't know if the battery will last the last 10 minutes. All right, so highway. Oh, no, nothing signaling yet. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, we're passing eastbound, and I don't think you can go westbound. You only have one option. All right, so no highway. So interestingly enough, we are now heading towards the other gym that I go to. So maybe this is where we're going. We're also going to Walmart. There's a Walmart where I usually go grocery shopping. So maybe we are indeed heading to a location where I frequent. But we have 10 minutes left. We're in the 10-minute mark. So if you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Uh, if you've been watching me drive around doing nothing for the last 50 minutes or so, I really much appreciate it. Is the camera still going? Still going. So when I was getting ready for this video, I looked at my cameras and like I didn't format the cards. Like there was like an hour left on them. I was like, we're not going for more than an hour. I'm sure you'll find somewhere in the next 10 minutes and park somewhere. Guaranteed. Boy, was I wrong. Where are we? Okay. All right. So just under 9 minutes to go. I think we should be able to get to that area in the next 9 minutes. So we'll see. Oh, this camera is not doing good either. I need a battery. I need to plug these in for the next drive. At least they didn't go on the highway. I'm just thankful we didn't go on the highway. Uh, there's still options here. Yeah. So I can't really think of other Tesla news other than the whole FSD debacle with the transfer. And just to reiterate, I really would like them to see, especially if you have a hardware 3 car, just have an FSD transfer available, and it should not be based on certain times because Tesla needs to sell cars for a quarter. Whenever you want, like these people, uh, you know, bought into what you were delivering, what you were promising, well before it became available, and they still don't have it because they're still on FSD 12. So I please, I hope that Tesla makes it right. And they did say that Oh, it's starting to rain. That was the whole point of this drive today, was because I knew it was going to rain, because I wanted to see, because snow is not really so much of an issue with cameras. It's the rain, and when the roads are really wet, the splashback onto the cameras is making it an issue. But unfortunately, it wasn't raining so much that it would have caused an issue for you to show you guys. So I'm like, hey, I've been thinking about doing this for a while. Let's just do it. Oh no! Oh God! We're turning left. We're turning left. Oh. So to recap, Walmart's over there. So is my gym. And this kind of blows out the whole, we're just going to drive straight until we can't drive no more, because there's no reason why we're making a left turn here. And the issue with making a left turn here is that now we're going into farmland. So we're going to be in the middle of nowhere. So, God. Okay, we have 6 minutes left. And it's raining. Oh, God. And it's raining hard now. Well, the camera's getting dirty. Okay. So I don't know where I was even going with that. Uh, just that hopefully Tesla will do the right thing, and especially with I know they said that hardware 3 cars will get upgraded with new software, but if a customer is willing to buy a whole new car from you, what is hurting? What is it hurting you? It's not like you're getting people to buy cars, and that's why as we leave, because 5 minutes left, I don't get the entire not doing, not having the ability to buy FSD in full, because if people are, so right now we're coming to a left or a right turn, and the car will have to decide. So if you only have a subscription available, if after a couple of years of someone driving a Tesla, they decide, I don't like this, you know GMC has better self-driving, I'm gonna go there. Not that will happen, but no, making a right turn. Uh, but anyways, if whatever happens, if Audi and Mercedes suddenly make a better self-driving, nothing is tying them to Tesla. They're just going to go over there, and especially now that you've opened up the gates to supercharging. There's really nothing tying people to FSD. I mean, to Tesla. However, if people dropped 8 or 10 grand on FSD, and you allowed them, hey, as long as you buy a new Tesla, you can keep transferring it over. Why wouldn't you do that? You literally have a customer for life. Okay, so now we are in the middle of nowhere now, and this could go on for a while. So there's 3 minutes left in the video, so I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you for watching. If you've watched this long, thank you so much, and let me know in the comments. Do you guys want to see this again? Because, like I said, if you guys are up for it, I'm definitely up for it, and we'll keep doing these. And next time, I will definitely make sure I have a full memory card, so that if it's a 2-hour drive, it's a 2-hour drive. We'll do it. So, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. If you leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss videos. I'll release a video every time an FSD update comes around, and tons of other content coming up. I have a whole bunch of accessory reviews that I've been kind of doing. I've been testing some foam mounts. So this guy right here, you're going to see coming up soon, and tons of other stuff. So be sure to subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching. We're at 3 minutes left. So Oh, and check out my merch store. This is a Northern EV shirt. I don't think it's for sale anymore, but new shirts just dropped. So we have an FSE collection as well as a winter theme collection. I'll definitely be working on a new summer collection because winter's kind of over. So we are currently, so this is going to be an actual FSD test because this is a really blind intersection and it is a very fast intersection because there's like I don't know what the speed limit on that. It's a 70 speed limit road and it's kind of blind over there. So let's see how FSD navigates this. So on the right, both sides are really blind because one's this on the left side is a hill and the right side is a curb. All right, so off we go. Okay, so that car's camera's still going. All right, just under a minute left, and there's no end to this. So I'm gonna say goodbye again. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. In the meantime, drive safe and drive electric, and be sure to stay tuned for my next video to see if I ever made it back home. Anyways, peace.